Now, Deputy Boyd Barrett sharing with Deputy Smith and Deputy Kenny.
Can I also welcome the Palestinian ambassador, other members of the Palestinian community and activists to the gallery in particular. Can I welcome Zach Hania and his wife Batul and their children. And I'm delighted that Zach has escaped the horror of what Israel has been inflicting on the people of Gaza, but which, as we speak, continues as men, women and children are slaughtered by this genocidal regime. This day of Palestinian state recognition is the result of the endless and heroic resistance of the Palestinian people and the enormous protests and mobilisations of people across this country and across the world. It is that resistance, that protest, that has brought us to this day. But it should not have taken 7 months of a genocidal massacre being inflicted on the people of Gaza, with 35,000 people slaughtered, 15,000 children, Gaza destroyed, and famine conditions imposed on the entire population of Gaza for us to get to this moment. The horror of the last 7 months is a direct result of the impunity that has been granted to Israel by the United States, by the European Union, including this state, for failing to impose sanctions on a regime that has been guilty of ethnic cleansing, of occupation, of apartheid, of the siege of Gaza, of the systematic, ongoing, brutal, murderous oppression of the Palestinian people for decades. All of the European Union and the United States have the blood of Palestinians on their hands for failing to rein in this rogue regime. And symbolic recognition of the Palestinian state, while it is a welcome step forward, will not end the horror of what Israel is willing to inflict on the Palestinian people unless the succour, the support, the arms, the weapons, the political support, the trade relations that the European Union and the United States continue to extend to a regime that is capable of this horror ends. Is it now not obvious there is no atrocity that Israel is not willing to commit? None. They will do any horror to the Palestinian people. And you see, I have to, in the short time that is available to me, challenge the constant mantra of a two-state solution. We all want a ceasefire. We all want peace. We all want an end to this horror. Whether it is Palestinians, whether it is Jewish people, Christians, or people of no religion. But is it not obvious to people now that the Israeli regime is not interested in any of those things? It was built on the expulsion of 750,000 Palestinians in 1948. It has been sustained every year for decades and decades by ethnic cleansing, by murderous occupation and by apartheid. That is not the product of this or that government. It is written into the laws and constitution of the Israeli state. Indeed, former Taoiseach Leo Varadkar was absolutely right. I wish he'd said this when he was Taoiseach. There is a systematic apartheid operates in this regime. So will we say it is okay to continue with an apartheid system? That it is okay to continue to deny millions of Palestinians the right to return, which they have under international law, because a two-state solution will not give them the right to return. It will not dismantle the system of apartheid. Apartheid has no place in the civilized world. The Palestinian refugees, all of them, have the right to return under international law. And the people who are occupied have the right to resist. Those who defend apartheid have no rights under international law. Those who defend occupation or enforce occupation have no rights under international law.
Only the people who are occupied have the right to resist, and they have the right to dismantle that regime. And what we need to do is do what was done to apartheid South Africa and dismantle this occupation, dismantle this regime that is capable of genocide. That's what we need, sanctions, as was done with apartheid South Africa. I hope this will be the first step towards that, but the people will have to lead, because we know governments have failed to do so up until now.